Right. What's up, everybody? This is Pokemon Colosseum. So originally we did the hardcore nuzlocke for Pokemon Colosseum. That was the last time that I did it, and I managed to win the run, fortunately. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to do Mount Battle Challenge in Pokemon Colosseum using the same team that I beat the game with in my my Nuzlocke challenge. So if you haven't seen the Nuzlocke, then absolutely should go ahead and watch it. It was pretty good. I was pretty pleased with how I played. I thought that a lot of my strategies were really well thought out, and it just kind of went exactly as I expected, which was a good thing, right? Outside of the Mirror Beef fight, I really think all of the fights were like that. So I had a lot of fun with it. Very happy that I did it. That was the first time I had ever done that challenge run for Pokemon Colosseum. I've done Hardcore Deathless for some of the other Pokemon games, but never for Colosseum. So as you can see, I went ahead, played through, and caught / purified all of the Shadow Pokemon. And so now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to. We don't do Mount Battle in story mode. We want to go. We want to go into battle mode, and we want to do. We want to do the Mount Battle versus 100 from here, because now we can get Ho-Oh potentially. So just 1 second, let me check stuff. Alright, that looks all good. Yep. Everything looks good. Okay. So first we have to register all the Pokemon I have. Yeah, register from Colosseum. Yes. And I didn't change any of their items or their movesets, but I did obviously level them to 100. I did not grind for that. I just barricaded them up. I figured it would be fun to do it at level 100. I don't know if there's like stronger Pokemon if you go in at level 100, but just in case. This was the team that I used, and I think I have them in order of how they appear on the screen, so it's pretty funny. But yeah, this is the team that I used to beat the run with. So let's go ahead and register these guys. Okay, perfect. Now we can go ahead and we can do Mount Battle versus 100. Now, I don't think I'm going to get through all of it today. You can do single battle or double battle. I think it's on brand to do double battle. Every fight that I've done in Colosseum has been double battle, so I might as well. These sets are more built for double battle anyway. But I don't think I'm going to get through all of it today. It's probably going to be a 2-stream thing. So hopefully I can at least get to the halfway point. Looks like I can just use Halt from right here. Let me decide. I guess Espeon for Alligator makes sense to lead with. Pleased to meet you. Okay. All right, this is. I've never done this in the actual game, so I have no idea how this works. This is kind of cool. Okay, so it's kind of like, I mean, it's like Stadium, right? I never played Stadium, but I'm pretty sure it's basically like this. So that Poochyena, Pineco, Swinub, Sandshrew, Slackoth, and Mareep. I mean, none of these Pokemon are really that scary. We'll go with Flygon and Skarmory. And then I guess I'll bring for Alligator and Espeon. Okay. So that's pretty cool that this is how it works. So we both bring 4 Pokemon. Swinub and Poochyena. Okay, well I'm leading with a Pokemon that's quad weak to Ice. But it should be fine because I can just use Earthquake and deal a lot of damage here. Anyway, I really wanted to use this time to just kind of talk, just yap about a bunch of stuff. since really nothing too crazy is going to be happening on the screen, at least not for a while. So first of all, one thing you might have noticed, if you've been keeping tabs with the rest of the run, the setup has changed. So I'm slowly but surely trying to change a lot of my equipment out and just improve the setup here to just look better and sound better. Right now, I am using a different microphone, and the quality probably isn't too great. If you've noticed, it's a good microphone, but the problem is I don't have all of the requirements needed to really make it sound perfect at the moment. So until I can get all of the proper equipment needed to really make it sound great, this is just going to have to do for now. So I do apologize about that if it sounds a little bit bad, but either way. Either way, it's not a big deal. At least it shouldn't be a big deal. The camera is also different. It probably doesn't look too great though, because I still need to get like proper lighting in here. But bit by bit, I plan on you've earned an extra continue. Okay. All right. No. Am I gonna say no every time? But yeah, I'm planning on improving the setup as I go. You know, I don't know when it will be like where I want it to be, but I do want to improve it because I do plan on making 3 videos regarding Pokemon Colosseum all on the main channel. Or I shouldn't say main channel. I'm just talking about like my YouTube channel. I definitely think Flygon and Skarmory is a good choice here again. There's no flying types. Does Duskull have Levitate? Maybe it does. It shouldn't be a problem either way though. I'm gonna bring the same team. Anyway. But yeah, I'm planning on making 3 videos about it, and I want it to kind of have like more of a professional look to it. You know, I understand that I'm not like a big channel or anything, and you know, probably not gonna have like too many viewers about it, but it's a passion project and I want it to look as good as possible. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try my best to make it look and sound as good as I can before I start recording any of it. Those videos are gonna take a while before they come out. I'm not the best editor in the world, so it will largely depend on, you know, how long it can take me to do all that and make it look to my liking. So we'll see. But you have that to look forward to if you want to see anything regarding Pokemon Colosseum. I feel like those videos are going to be really fun. It's just going to be a long time before they're all made. Yeah. And then after Pokemon Colosseum, the plan is to do Pokemon XD as the next playthrough. That one's going to be a, not a hardcore Nuzlocke, not a hardcore Deathless Nuzlocke, it's just going to be a regular, hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do for all the rules for it, because it's a very different game from Pokemon Colosseum, and the reason I don't want to do the Deathless run, partly because it's really difficult, but also partly because with Colosseum, I had a lot of experience with the game, right? I've played this game for countless hours. I know the AI very well. I was very comfortable doing a hardcore Deathless run with, in Pokemon Colosseum. But XD, I don't have nearly that level of knowledge. I really only played through the game, I think, twice. It was either once or twice, and both of them were when I was a lot younger. So the information about it is just not... It's not readily available in my head. So now that he's got Hoppip, but it's really the only flying-type Pokemon he's got, so I'm gonna run the same team back. As long as Flygon can get me through this, like, quickly, I think that's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, but XD will be next. Looking forward to it because I haven't played it in a long time, so it's not necessarily a blind playthrough because I have played it before, but I don't remember a lot about the game, so it's very likely I might be surprised at times and I might lose. Or I might lose Pokemon, I might lose the run, who knows, but that's the fun. So we'll find that out. Find out how that goes. But that's the next playthrough idea. And then after XD, I have a lot of other really fun plans to do for challenge runs. I'm going to be stepping away from Pokemon in order to move to other franchises that I really wanted to get to at some point. But that'll be exciting when we get there. For now, I'm just focused on Pokemon, though. And the Soul Links will still be happening. I'll be streaming those. I stream those with 2 other people. It's a 3-player Soul Link that we've been doing for, like, we're trying to go through every single generation of Pokemon. And so we finished Gen 1, now we're on Gen 2. Gen 2 absolutely kicked our butts last time we played. But we'll eventually get a run that gets going, and, you know, it'll just kind of snowball, and I'm sure it'll go a lot better once we get a good run happening. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all the big updates with how the channel is going to be going from now. You know, the streams, potential videos that are going to be coming out soon. I'm really planning on making a lot of videos regarding, like, the challenge runs I've been doing. I meant to do one for the Crash Bash playthrough I did a while back. I don't think I'm going to end up making one because I don't feel like it was as interesting. I'm still planning on doing, like, stream highlights for it, but I just don't think it was as interesting as I thought it would be. This one, however, was very interesting, and I do plan on making a video about it. It'll be good. But yeah, definitely expect to see more stream highlights. I posted one over my like a Digimon World Vice playthrough I did a while back. And I have the second part, like, pretty much all done. I just need to upload it. I don't know why I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'll do that eventually. And I'm gonna make some more stream highlights for this run and for other runs. I think that'll be fun. For Pokemon Colosseum, I think it's mainly just gonna. I think the stream highlights are just simply gonna be the battling, right? I might just upload like a video that shows all of the main fights for people who just want to see, like, the main stuff that happened during the run. Don't really want to watch, you know, me yap and grind for, like, forever, because I know that when I did this run, there was a lot of grinding. A ton of grinding that happened, and, you know, I'm sure not many people were interested in that. But that's fine. I don't know when this is gonna get hard, by the way. I'm not sure. I thought by going in at level 100 that there was gonna be, like, tougher Pokemon being used, but it seems like it's just, like, it's the same Pokemon they would have had. Just now they're like level 100. Yeah, I mean, until it gives me a reason not to just go with Flygon and Skarmory, I'm just gonna keep doing Flygon and Skarmory. Stubble's gonna have Intimidate, and Ladybug's a flying type. Yeah, I'm really excited about some of the future projects that I'm going to be working on, and I'm really excited to have the setup be just look a lot better. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna look professional. I don't know if it'll look like that, but it should look so much better in time. But just bear with me, it's gonna be a while before we get to that point, you know. For now, it's gonna look pretty meh. Until I can get things properly set up. That's okay. Nice crit. Don't really think it mattered too much. Yeah, but I've never done the Pokemon Colosseum Mount Battle thing like ever in my life, so it's pretty cool being able to do this for the first time. I never got Ho-Oh, so this will be the first time I ever have done it. It'd be pretty cool. I'm assuming the continues are like how they work in like, I don't know if Stadium, like I said, I never played Stadium, but I know I played Battle Revolution. I don't know if it works like the same system there where it's like you lose a battle, then you can just redo the fight. I'm assuming that's what it is, but it seems really generous with how many continues they're going to give me. Theoretically, I guess I could have 99 continues going into the final fight, which would be insane. But you have to get a perfect win, so you can't have anyone faint, it looks like. Which that's not a problem. This team was really well built, I feel. They don't give you, like, insanely great Pokemon. Like, Flygon and Espeon are probably, like, two of the best Pokemon you get in the run. And even then, they're not, like, statistically that insane, right? Flygon, I think, has a BST of, is it, 520? Because it got 100 attack and speed, and then 80 and everything else, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think it's 520. Espeon, I think, is like 530 or something. So statistically speaking, they're not that great. Definitely not as good as some of the Pokemon that like NASCAR and Evice were throwing out against me. But they're still really good Pokemon for this run. And that is going to be one of the videos I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about like every single Pokemon in the game and how useful they were throughout the run. I'm going to have to replay the game in order to really get a full opinion on every Pokemon, because I didn't use every Pokemon in my run, obviously. There are, like, Pokemon are not created equal, so there are some Pokemon that are really good and some Pokemon that are really bad, right? But I do still want to talk about like each Pokemon on a case-by-case basis. Because I feel like there might be some Pokemon that people sleep on and don't use. And even though I didn't use it in my run, it's not because I couldn't use them. It's just because I felt like there might have been a Pokemon that was a little bit better. But of course, catching Pokemon is never guaranteed, right? Wait, hold on. How do I, yeah. I accidentally clicked something else. But like, yeah, every Pokemon, you have to catch them in order to use them. And outside of Makuhita, Espeon, Umbreon, and Plusle, that's never a guarantee, right? You can absolutely fail an encounter if you like crit the Pokemon or just get really bad catch luck. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about like each one on a case-by-case basis. Thought it would be pretty fun for a video idea. Is it time? Yeah, it is time. Time for Mount Battle to get Ho-Oh. The run's finally over. So now I'm just in the post-game part of it. How you doing, Doctor? Are you good? This, like, beginning section is just really easy. Doing paperwork. What's the next game up? Next game's gonna be XD. Yeah, I just wanted to do this because I've never done this, never done it before in my life, of trying Mount Battle, to get Ho-Oh after purifying all the Shadow Pokemon, so this is just a really fun little thing to do, just so I can say, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I've done everything in Colosseum, I can leave it behind, without any need or desire to come back to it after this. It was very fun game, but yeah, I don't really foresee myself playing this game ever again after this, although I will still be making videos about it. But that will come when it comes. For the most part, Flygon has just been destroying every single Pokemon in here. Like I said, I thought by leveling up all my Pokemon to level 100 that it would make Mount Battle, like, harder. I thought they would use Pokemon that were more befitting of, you know, like, being level 100, but no. They're using, like, unevolved Pokemon. I like how XD makes the Shadow Pokemon way more dangerous, but even in that context, the game feels easier than Colosseum for sure. Yeah, I don't have nearly as much experience with XD as I do with Colosseum. So I'm just going to be doing a regular hardcore Nuzlocke, not a Deathless challenge yet. Maybe down the road I will do a Deathless run. But for now, I just kind of want to experience the game again, kind of see like how hard a run, just a regular run would be, and then decide when or if I would want to eventually do a Deathless playthrough. But yeah, for now it's just going to be like a regular run. And I'm sure it's still going to be fun. I actually would expect me to lose a fair amount of Pokemon, because, like I said, I just don't have the game knowledge of XD that I do of Colosseum. But yeah, the Shadow Pokemon in XD are going to be way more dangerous, absolutely. And I'll have to define, like, what is an encounter, because, like, there's some times where there's going to be, like, trainers that have, you know, multiple Shadow Pokemon. I kind of feel like the only way you really can write the rule to where it makes sense, you'd have to do, like, whatever they lead with determines which Pokemon you can catch. You'd have to do something like that. But you also have to limit to, like, you know, one catch per battle, because, like, it would just be too insane to even attempt to catch, like, 5 or 6 Shadow Pokemon at once. That's just absurd. Deathless XD is also very tight because you just have so few strong options early on. Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple of decent options that you have. Like I said, it's been a while. I remember using like Spheal. Hey, how you doing, Gaming in the Past and Beyond? Yeah, I remember Spheal being really good. I remember Shroomish was pretty solid when I used it. That I can't remember a lot of the other Pokemon that I used during the run. And of course, when I played it last, I was just doing a casual playthrough. I wasn't doing like any nuzlocking or anything like that. It's been... I'd have to check the save file. I still haven't loaded up XD at all to even check that, but I'm pretty sure the last time I played XD was maybe at least 10 years ago, maybe 13 or something. I don't know. It was a while, though. I guess it's time to build up that game knowledge one fatal blow at a time. Yeah. Hopefully it won't be that bad. I am still going to have to research, like, all the level caps and stuff like that, too. So I'll get that level of knowledge, at least. Flygon's confused. Phenomenal. But yeah, I do expect my, like, I'm probably going to lose a fair amount of Pokemon when I do, when I get to, XD. I don't know how many. If I had to guess, maybe, like, at least 5 is my guess. But wouldn't it be funny if I did it deathless the first time? Then I could definitely say I did everything in XD without any worry. You're telling me they confused Flygon, I swapped to Feraligatr, and they went for Supersonic on Flygon again, even though he was already confused? So they don't even have smart AI. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Smart AI applies to like a dozen fights in the entire game. Kinda true. You can get Poke coupons still for doing all this? 50. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. What is the point? Like... You still get like 100 for doing like Area 1 of Mount Battle and Story Mode. Why don't they at least give you 100? They're both easy. I mean, Area 1 of like the Story Mode Mount Battle, like I think the highest level Pokemon you find is level 20. That doesn't make any sense to me. At least here they like scale to your level. Plus, Minun is a pretty hype duo. Have to admit. Unfortunately, they're both weak to ground. And neither plus nor minus boosts the physical defense of the Pokemon, so, unfortunate. Cascoon. Illumise. Yeah, I don't know why I even have to fight these guys, to be honest. I mean, this is just a joke. I really thought that they would have stronger, you know, Pokemon teams. I think eventually they're gonna get there. They have to. Like, surely they have to, right? But as of right now, this is just not good at all. Just racking up continues. If I ever have to use a continue, then something has gone horribly wrong. And I don't understand, why does it, like, it asks me if I want to suspend the challenge after I win the fight, and then it asks me again if I want to suspend the challenge right before the next fight. Just ask me one time. Like, you can always pause the game and pause the challenge. So, I don't understand what the point of this is. It asks me, like, if I want to suspend the challenge all the time. Hey, an actual evolved Pokemon. Alright, Pelipper. That's the first time we've seen a Pokemon that's evolved. Well, I guess Cascoon. Cascoon is technically an evolved Pokemon. Pelipper's trying to set up. I don't think that's gonna work. Oh, they're both setting up. Yeah, there's just one problem. My Pokemon are a little bit too strong. Feel. It's awesome seeing Skarmory be able to, like, do something, you know, offensively. Because, you know, in the actual run, I really never got to use it. Use it to do damage. It was mainly just there to pivot in anytime Flygon wanted to go for Earthquake, so... yeah. Wasn't like a huge offensive contributor to the end game. The AI trainers still have 0 IVs across the board in battle mode. I kind of think probably yes, but not 100% sure on that. Lucky number 13. Oh wow, look at the starter squad. Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic? That's hype. I always used to do that with the Gen 3 games like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I had 2 Game Boys, so I would hook them up using a link cable, right? And I would pick one starter and then catch one random Pokemon so that I could trade away the starter, send it to like another game, and then reset the game to get another starter. I used to do that for all of the kind of for Gen 2 as well, but Gen 3 was the main one I did it for. You're streaming while watching? That's perfectly fine. Hope you enjoy. Really, it's just gonna be me running through Mount Battle gaming. And right now, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. Right now, it's just a lot of chump trainers. But I'm sure once we get to like probably like 40 to 50, it's going to start picking up. I'm actually going to have to start paying attention, I'm sure. Right now, every fight has just been Earthquake, Drill Peck, Earthquake, Drill Peck. Really wish I didn't have to say like no to suspending the battle every time. Oh, he's got the Johto starters. Let's go. My goat. Alright, well, for this fight, I gotta change it up. I have to change it up. Out of principle. Out of principle. Good man. Good man. Leading with the goat. And so did I. Let's go. Now let's. I wanted for Alligator to take out Totodile, but I also just want this to go quickly. So goodbye, Totodile. Such a cool Pokemon. Love him. Chikorita. Why is Chikorita shaking its ass? It's so cool seeing like a lot of these animations that I've never really seen before. You know, since like no other trainer in like the story mode uses a Chikorita. You see Bayleaf and Meganium potentially, but you never see Chikorita. So it's just really cool to see some of these animations I've never witnessed before for the game. I think I really love all the Gen 2 Johto starters a lot. I don't know if it's my favorite though. I think like my favorite generation in terms of like the starter design, that might be I think that might be a tie between Gen 7 and Gen 4. I think it's going to be a tie between those two. I think I might slightly give it to Gen 4. It's very close, but I think I would give it to Gen 4. I really like Infernape, Empoleon, Torterra. They're great. It always saddened me that, you know, after XD, they never made like a Pokemon Colosseum style game for any other like future generation of Pokemon. You know, it's always this big what if kind of scenario. Because I think it would be really fun, for sure. I love Gen 4 a lot. I think Gen 4 was probably like, it's not my favorite generation, but Gen 4 was probably like the time that I was like most into Pokemon, and like a lot of my friends were most into Pokemon. So it just kind of like aligned where, you know, I got to battle with a lot of people, I got to trade with a lot of people. It was a massive, you know, topic of conversation in all of my friend groups. It was just fun. And then probably Gen 6. Gen 6 was the generation that really introduced me to competitive Pokemon. I liked Gen 6 competitive a lot. It was pretty fun. I never was that good at it, and I never really took it that seriously either, but I had a lot of fun with it. I think the only thing that kind of sucked about Gen 6 though was like, you had the player search system. And the only way that you could do like an actual like 6v6 battle was to like challenge someone using the PSS. And that just wasn't easy to do. So like the only other way you could do it was go to like the battle, I think it was called Battle Spot or whatever. Battle Plaza, Battle Spot, something like that. And then like you could only do like free battle there. And free battle is like you pick 3 Pokemon to go in with. And like there wasn't any like restrictions on like what Pokemon you could bring, so like everyone was just running around with, you know, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, and Mega Rayquaza, and it was like, oh my goodness. I did beat someone's Mega Rayquaza using only a Gliscor though. That was pretty fun. It required me to get really lucky. I had to get a like triple, or no, what's the triple? I think it was double. I think I had to get a double protect twice. But I did win. It's the man, the myth, the nuzlocke. Which Pokemon would be safe to eat? Oh dear. Maybe Cherubi? Possibly? You know, it's a pretty small Pokemon. And, you know, it's a grass type, so I guess that would be okay, right? You know? I'd say that. That's my vote. This does get harder, right? I'm hoping. I'm still waiting for it to get harder. Like, the whole reason I leveled everybody up to 100 is because I figured that, you know, they scale with your level. So I thought by going to 100 that they would have, like, better sets and better Pokemon. But I'm assuming it scales up between areas, so like I said, hopefully like by area 4 we start seeing like some fully evolved Pokemon. I mean, we saw Pelipper. Hey White Fang, how you doing? Well, we're almost a fifth of the way there once we beat 3 more battles here. I mean, it's a little bit better. Vibrava and Rhyhorn are, I guess, okay, but that's still not great. Researcher Reburn. Is that like... It's almost like the teacher from Arthur, right? Isn't his name like Mr. Ratburn or something like that? Isn't he? Doing great. How about yourself, good sir? I'm doing just fine. I'm very happy now that the nuzlocke's over, so now I can just kind of play a lot more casually and free with the Mount Battle thing here. Go do this. I don't know if Drill Peck will kill Vibrava, but Flamethrower definitely kills Delibird. I can promise you that. From a design standpoint, I love Delibird, but it is one of the worst Pokemon ever created. It's criminal. A calculation error? That's me when I'm damage calcing and then something goes completely wrong because I forgot something like a nature. Forgot to like put in the nature. I'm like, uh-oh. That has happened to me before. It didn't happen to me in this run. But there's been plenty of times where I'm like, that should have killed, and then no. I made sure with this run to double check everything. Another +1 Minun team. Oops, didn't mean to click that one. I like have my thumb like naturally resting on the D-pad, and sometimes I just accidentally click it down. And then here comes Plusle to use Quick Attack and waste more of my time. Nice crit. Don't think it mattered, but love the enthusiasm. Pupitar. And Minun. That's gonna be dead to another earthquake. You know, I thought this would be a lot more challenging, honestly. How long have I been going for? I've been going for almost an hour at this point. We're almost a fifth of the way there. I don't think I'm going to complete the whole thing today. I just don't know if I have that much, you know, time to commit to it right now. But I'll probably see where we're at after about, maybe 3 hours, and we'll decide when we want to stop, or if we just want to stop right then and there. You sure showed them. Yeah, I've been showing all these guys. I've gotten a perfect battle every time. They just have no answer for the incredible duo that is Flygon and Skarmory. It's apparently the best combination in the entire game. No one can beat it. Round 20. Area Leader Alter. Okay, he's got... like, they're not good Pokemon, but, like, he has some evolved Pokemon. I imagine someone can beat it, but probably not an all-bug team or bug-type Gen 2-3 team, yeah. You know, maybe if they had Heracross... just the full team of Heracross, you know, and then all of them had like they had a Z move somehow. Like they modded that into the game. They hotfixed it so that they could deal with Skarmory. Then they would be able to do it. Beautifly. Here we go with Supersonic. Tragic. Yanma. Another flying type. I'm just gonna stay in. Had a feeling. Wing attack. Does Yanma even learn wing attack, like, via level up? I don't think it does. That might be an egg move in Gen 3 for Yanma. I don't think it learns wing attack. So the AI is straight up cheating, because there is no breeding in the Ore region. There's a daycare, but you can only put one Pokemon in at a time. Alright, officially a fifth of the way there. Surely Area 3 has got to start getting a little bit tough, right? Make me sweat a little bit, right? Okay, how many Poke Coupons are we getting? What's the over-under? Is it going to be like 100? So you get 100 for Area 2 in battle mode, where they scale to your level. But you get 200 in story mode Area 2 when they are just like level 20 something and easy as heck to kill with any Pokemon. Like you can go in with like level 40s and just one-shot everything with tackle, probably. It's crazy. Guy Clem. Spelt with a K. I mean, I've heard of like the name Clementine. I don't know if I've ever heard of Clem. I've never heard of a lot of the names that the trainers have. There's some craziness going on. Geodude and Meryl. I feel like Geodude should have gotten Levitate for its ability. I think that would have been a lot more on brand than Sturdy. Imagine if I could snag Pokemon during the Mount Battle Challenge too. If I could, I absolutely would have stolen that Totodile from earlier. Absolutely, without hesitation. I don't care if it's a Shadow Pokemon or not. I'm gonna rewrite the game's coding just so I can take the Totodile. A Torkoal? I mean, Torkoal's actually a legitimately good Pokemon. Unfortunately, that's the only good Pokemon here. Unless Smeargle... I highly doubt it. But unless Smeargle knows, you know, like... Spore... Belly Drum... I guess... What else? Say Return... And then Shadow Ball. That might be a good moveset. Oh, it has Levitate. Brain dead. Oopsie. Phenomenal damage from Ledian. Psy Wave. That can do 50 to 150 damage. I think this will still kill Sandslash. It'll be close. Nope. So I'm kind of thinking maybe they actually do have like not 0 IVs, maybe. I don't know. Oh, went Flail. It's high powered because of all the damage I've been doing. Shockwave, okay. You know, I'm not swapping. I'm gonna go Earthquake again, I don't care. This has been the hardest fight so far, simply because they had a Pokemon that was fully evolved and had Levitate. Here's Smeargle. I really want to know what Smeargle's set is, but at the same time, I don't want this to take any longer than it needs to, so I'm just gonna send Smeargle to the Shadow Realm, and we're gonna keep on going. I've actually been rewatching a ton of Yu-Gi-Oh lately. Like, there's like a bunch of like live streams of like Yu-Gi-Oh episodes from like the official Yu-Gi-Oh channel, which is kind of cool. So I've been just watching like a couple of the duels. It is so funny. Like, that show is so over the top. It's just hilarious, right? How serious it takes itself. Swinub and Flappy. I don't think this is going to be the dream team that's going to take out Flygon and Skarmory, but we'll see. Well, got bad news. Swinub and Flappy was not the dream team. Tragedy emotion. Numel and Cacnea. Just not it. I know Earthquake's not gonna kill. I just didn't want to scroll over to Flamethrower. What is this, like, lose pose? Like, they go into the fetal position just because I beat them at Pokemon. They're buff and sculpted to the max. How much you want to bet to Machop? Oh, it's not. What Pokemon here is buff? None of these Pokemon are buff. Roselia's got, like, noodle arms. Beautifly doesn't even have, like, any muscles in it. Very buff team. I thought it would have like fighting type Pokemon like Makuhita and Machop and stuff. Now I'm wondering if the teams are just straight up random. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they are. But it just seems weird not to give them like kind of archetype sort of teams to use. Goodbye, Illumise. Liked Volbeat better anyway. When I played, so there was like a ROM hack that was made for Pokemon Emerald called Pokemon Emerald Rogue. And during one of my, I think it was actually my very first playthrough of that game, I had a Volbeat with, I can't remember exactly what move it was, like moveset it was. It was like Tail Glow, Substitute, something else, and then Baton Pass. It legitimately carried me throughout the whole run. I don't think I ended up winning it, because something tragic happened, but that Volbeat was incredible. So I have to put respect on Volbeat's name. Spread the gospel of how great Volbeat can be. There's a lot of like bad Pokemon that I really like using. Okay, this guy has Medicham, which could be interesting. Volbeat the Great conquered the known world with a garbage attack stat and bug flying typing. Well, it's mono bug. Which, you know, that's still not great. But it was actually pretty good. It also had Prankster for its ability. Forgot to mention. I think that's the hidden ability for it. And in Emerald Rogue, like, you have like access to all sorts of items to help out, and you know, and better your run. It's a roguelike, obviously, so you kind of reset to nothing, but you do still get to bring some things between runs, right? But for the most part, everything gets kind of reset back to 0. But Volbeat was awesome. I forget who I had be the recipient of Baton Pass. I can't remember who it was. But whoever it was, like, they were like the dream team, and they carried me throughout like the first 7 gyms. I don't remember what other like weird or like bad Pokemon I've used in a run before. I do have stories of Delibird, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon Delibird, one-shotting Totem Araquanid. And if you've ever played Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, if you've ever done a nuzlocke for it, you know that Totem Araquanid is one of the harder totem fights in the game. But Delibird, my man, can one-shot Araquanid. I've also beaten Totem Raticate with Lediba before. That was also pretty awesome. I think I have screenshots of it somewhere. I don't know if I'd be able to find it right now, but this is stuff that did actually happen. Follow me. I mean, I kind of feel like you're just gonna die to Earthquake here. Maybe you live, but okay, you do just barely. Fair enough. Alright, use follow me, so what's the strat? What's Togetic gonna do here? I also don't know how to, like, I think everyone says Togepi and Togekiss. So, like, naturally you'd think that it's Togetic, right? But most people say Togetic, and also just set up Wish, so who cares? For the unkillable, use follow me and leave the known world off a cliff. Yeah, for it. Fur's just playing his own game over there. He's trying to make me follow him into the afterlife. It's like Destiny Bond, but it works on both Pokemon. Yeah, nice wish. You know, one day, Flygon will be confused. But Flygon will actually land and attack. Oh no, he stole my Sharp Beak. What am I gonna do without Sharp Beak? That 10% damage reduction is really gonna matter, I'm sure. Flash. These are the sets we're playing against in Mount Battle. Flash. Oh my goodness, Flygon broke through confusion, and it immediately missed Linoon. Great. Sorry to kill Togetic here before it gets Wish off, but Flygon has to hit Crunch in order for that to happen. Boy, I sure do love Fury Swipes taking 100 years for the animation to play out. Oh my lord, Flygon, why? Alright. Flygon, you're banned. For the rest of this fight, banned. You're getting banished for wasting my time. This is one of the worst fights ever. Like, both Pokemon aren't strong, but I get horrible luck and I miss like every attack. Also, absolutely for sure. Okay, hold on a second. Wait a minute. They definitely... Okay, I'm convinced these Pokemon don't have 0 IVs. These Pokemon don't have 0 IVs. There's no way. I don't know if they have EVs or not. They might actually have... They might have effort values. Because Linoon should not outspeed my Feraligatr there. I have, like, almost max speed invested in Feraligatr. Love the nostalgia from this game. I'll be here lurking in and out. It's fine. It's fine, Fugly. You're doing perfectly fine. This is just a lot of trainers that aren't using great Pokemon right now, but hopefully they'll get better as we go. Right now, it's very easy. It's just sometimes you get a battle like this, it just takes forever. And of course, the surf animation is basically a feature-length film. There were so many animations that took like forever just now. Like, there was Fury Swipes hitting 5 times. Oh my god. I was thinking like, oh, why is he laughing? What did I say that was funny? But then realized you were probably laughing at my username. Yeah. I'm not gonna say the full name. I'll just cut it off at Fugly. But yeah. Shelgon and Celia. Okay. Getting a little bit better. A little bit better. I like my identity quite a lot. It's so interesting that someone would choose to identify as a... I'm not... Can't wait for these games to come to Switch too. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's my identity, sadly. It's very fitting. Oh no. No. I'm sure you are a wonderful human being. This is who I am. At least I'm real with myself. Fair enough. Yeah, but I'm happy that the games are coming out. It's kind of crazy that Nintendo hasn't done this like sooner. I know they did some things with like the Nintendo 64 games where they, you know, put those on the Switch. But wasn't it something weird where they only had it on, or like maybe it was like certain games that they only had for like a year, and then they like delisted them? Wasn't that something? Maybe it wasn't Pokemon. Maybe it was something else that I'm thinking of, but I feel like there was something like that. What is happening? I literally didn't know enemy trainers can be level 100. It's because I'm doing, hold on, 1 second. It's because I'm doing battle mode, which it scales to whatever level your lowest level Pokemon is. That's why. I apologize, I'm not a plastic surgeon, so fixing the first part isn't my prerogative. Maybe I can help you fix the part by improving your self-image and behavior patterns. I wish they made the original games. I'd love to replay Yellow again on my Switch. It was on the 3DS eStore. Yeah, I actually have it for the 3DS. I have like, I think I have all the Game Boy Color games on the 3DS, but I think I only really played through Crystal, Yellow, and Gold. I think those are the only ones that I actually played through. But I also like that you could transfer the Pokemon to the 3DS games. I think that was pretty cool. I only have my original Game Boy cartridge. Yeah, I think I probably still have mine, but I know Pokemon Crystal, because like, you know how like the Game Boy Color games, at least, I don't know if the Game Boy Advance games had this, but the Game Boy Color games had like an internal battery. I think the Advance games had it too. But the battery I had for my Crystal cartridge, it has expired, and I'm not sure how to replace the batteries, so I couldn't play that game anymore. At least not on official hardware. They sell a pretty sweet vintage ROM handheld device with all the original Pokemon. Pretty sweet stuff. They say it was pretty... And you did. That's pretty cool. I love your vibe, by the way. Very nerdy, nostalgic, cozy, wholesome energy. Yeah, if you want like over the top nerdy, just look at the if you go to YouTube, because Twitch deletes the VODs after like a week, which is really tragic. I wish they didn't do that, but that's how it works. My YouTube username is just take off one of the 4s, and there's a whole live stream list of me doing a hardcore deathless nuzlocke of this game prior. This is the team that I used to end up beating the run, and that one's a lot more nerdy. That one's a ton more nerdy than what I'm doing right now. Do not look, the nerdiness will burn your soul. Yeah. Honestly though, that series was just very grindy. So you might want to just skip ahead to like the major fights that happen. That's where the true nerdiness comes out. Otherwise, it's just me either yapping to myself or yapping to whoever's in my chat. But yeah, I really wish that Twitch didn't. I think they like enforced the policy not too long ago, where it's like you can't have more than like 100 or something hours of like videos on your Twitch channel, but that's only if you're like an affiliate or whatever. I'm not that. So for me, like, all my VODs just get deleted after a week, which is truly tragic. Yes, I would love to take on your Pokemon. Let's do it. Your beard genetics are crazy. Like, in a good way. Yeah, definitely. It's kind of interesting because none of my, like, my parents, none of my grandparents really had, like, long facial hair. So I'm not sure who the heck I even got it from. Like, not that they were baby-faced or anything, but they didn't have, like, you know, a full beard like this. But I'll tell you this, it's a pain in the neck having, quite literally a pain in the neck, having to, like, you know, trim it up, like, constantly. Loomis and Umbra are such great nicknames, yeah. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Lately, so that's where it came from, for the name. Perhaps you evolved your beard by sheer force of will. You sound really American. Yes. I am American. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is awesome. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is such a comfort show. I'm gonna have to, like, I don't watch a ton of anime. Really, the only anime I ever watched was from, like, my childhood. So, of course, I've watched, you know, the Pokemon anime. I've watched Digimon. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! That's really about it. So I kind of, after the original series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ended, I kind of stopped just watching the show. Really, just watching anime in general. But I'll definitely have to, at some point, check out, like, GX and all that stuff. I think, there's one channel I'm subscribed to that talks about, like, the anime, like, and you know, kind of, he has, like, more technical knowledge about, like, the card game for Yu-Gi-Oh! So he talks about, like, misplays and, you know, a turn-by-turn analysis. I think it's like TGS anime or something like that. And I've seen some of the duels that he's covered for, like, GX and 5Ds. It's pretty fascinating. I don't have that much knowledge of the card game. I played Duel Links, which was like a mobile game, I should say. But I was never good at it. I think I was, like, stuck in, like, the gold tier for, like, competitive and such. But yeah, that was about my competitive success in Yu-Gi-Oh! Still, it's fun though. I still watch anime. I'm 25. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with anime. You know, as long as you're not one of those people who, like, gets into the, you know, the dark side of anime, like the lollies, right? As long as you're staying away from that, perfectly fine. I mean, I'm 26 and I'm playing Pokemon. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, round 30. I would have loved anime, but there isn't enough time to do Pokemon plus anime plus education. If only time was infinite, right? If only. Yeah, like, definitely there's like hobbies and interests that I've fallen out of love with simply because, you know, life goes on, right? It's not necessarily that I, like, have anything against those things I used to do when I was younger. It's just, like, now things have shifted. don't have the time to watch it, but also, like, I don't know, you just kind of fall out of experiencing it and all that such, so. But Pokemon has been one thing I've always latched onto, and I love doing challenge runs for games. So, like, the Nuzlocke challenge aspect of things has definitely, like, stuck with me. And so right now, like, a lot of the content I made in the past couple of months has been about, like, you know, Pokemon and Nuzlocking in general. But I do hope eventually to kind of move away from that and do other runs. But, you know, at least for now, Pokemon Colosseum, and eventually when we get to Pokemon XD, it'll be pretty fun. And it's not like I never would return to Pokemon again or anything like that. I would definitely come back to Pokemon at some point. Level 100 and still a Bayleaf, I know. There's a lot of Pokemon here. Like, I think earlier we saw a level 100 Magikarp, which is pretty freaking awesome. What a flex that would be. The only thing better would be for it to be a shiny level 100 Magikarp. I'm so sorry, Crocodile. I had to do it to you. That's the only time I'm okay with Crocodile feigning, is when it's not my Pokemon. Alright, Area 4, surely. How many Poke Coupons? What's the over-under here? Is it just gonna get doubled every time? Is this gonna be 200? Unbelievable. Again, I'm pretty sure you get more for the story mode thing. And I feel like I know this isn't hard. Oh wow, look at the background change. I know this isn't like hard or anything, but I don't know. I would say it's slightly harder than the actual, like, area 1 through 3. Just because of the level difference that you get in those early areas during the story mode. Bandana guy Omak? Omak? I don't know. These names, I don't know. I don't know who came up with these names. I love the music though for Pokemon Colosseum. It's so good. But yeah, still these teams are just not that good just yet. Snubble's gonna have Intimidate, that's gonna be annoying. Intimidate's like one of the biggest threats to this lead combination because they're both physical attackers, but I think it'll be okay. You just wait. A little bit, okay? Yeah, wait. My dog is asking me to take her out, but I'm gonna at least try to get through this battle really quick. Why did we lose? Maybe because you picked Harvana and Talo and Swablu. Snubble wasn't bad because of Intimidate. I can't knock you for that one. I kind of wish that they didn't, like, they just took out the, like, walking around, like, aspect of the Mount Battle Challenge and just made it go from trainer to trainer. Since I'm fighting 100 trainers in a row anyway, just, why do I have to keep walking up to the next platform? Okay. Yeah, I'll get through this battle, and then I will take care of my dog. We'll come back, and we'll... How long have I been going? I've been going for an hour and a half at this point. Like I said, we'll see where we're at about 3 hours in. I think that'll probably be a little over halfway. Like, if we can get to, like, the 60th battle, I think that would be a good place to stop. And then we'll complete the rest of this, on another stream. And then we'll officially be able to go and leave Colosseum completely behind us and move on to XD. Which will be a much more nostalgic trip for me because I don't remember a lot about it, so... Spinda and Volbeat. The man, the myth, the Volbeat. Why are all these people bodybuilders? They do know that lifting weights doesn't make their Pokemon stronger, right? Well, it's like, you know, it's like Chuck in like Gold, Silver, Crystal when he like demonstrates that he has the ability to move rocks just like Pokemon do, and he just like he eats a rock at like the nearby Pokemon statue. And then you immediately tell him that has nothing to do with Pokemon battling. Funny. Such great dialogue right there. It's peak. They aren't Dakim. They can't just punch you to win. I know. And thank God Dakim like has to, I guess, recharge after using his punch skill. I guess only has one power point because he could have blasted us back at Mount Battle. We would have just been gone. Alright, I'll see what this guy has. Pick my team. And I will be back very shortly to continue this run. Bellossum's a good Pokemon, but everything else is not. Rich Boy Tark. Alright. I will be back in just a couple minutes. Alrighty. I am back. Let's go ahead and see how this fight goes. Back, I'm just cracking Vander against the floating pavement. Yeah, right. I mean, that's dangerous too, because like, if you fall off the platform and mount battle, you're dead, buddy. Either you die from the fall or you die from molten lava. Earthquake, drill pack. Togepi, let's go. All right. So what number fight was this? Was this like 33? So are we essentially a third of the way there at this point? About to find out. It is number 33, okay. So that's now 33 continues that I have racked up then. But I have had no risk of having to use any of them so far, which is great. Future Drata. I mean, nothing too crazy. Had Seeking and Giraffe Rig, which I guess are new, but not too hard to get past. I don't think Earthquake's gonna kill either of them, but it does good damage, so... Oh no, it kills Kecleon, perfect. Skip Bloom. Agility just makes them start flying, that's crazy. We doing this for real? How are the battles going? They're going great so far. How you doing, Art? You still in Japan? You are? Nice. I hope you're enjoying your time over there. It's crazy. Yeah, no, it was like you talking about it being like a dream come true going to Japan. Kind of funny, you missed the part where we were talking about anime for like 5 minutes. It wasn't much of a conversation because I don't have too much to contribute. But it would have been pretty on brand. I do be having a headache right now, though, so I'm resting for a little bit. Perfectly fine. I think even you with a headache would be able to beat these trainers in Mount Battle. Because a lot of these Pokemon so far have not been it. And I'm not playing by Nuzlocke rules anymore. But even if I was, the Nuzlocke would still be going. So very, very crazy stuff going on right now. Fun old man Aiken would like to battle. Not the hugest anime person myself, honestly, but I do have some I love a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much kind of like me. Like, I watched a fair amount of anime when I was like a kid, right? And kinda when I was like, early teenager. But I don't have nearly as much knowledge about like some of the more mainstream anime that people like. A lot of my friends talk about anime a lot, and I just feel like I'm third wheeling every time with their conversations because they just go like deep into stuff. They talk about things like, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, what was that one? Sword Art Online. Yeah, they talk about a whole bunch of different things. How are you doing? This set is different, isn't it? None of the sets, I didn't change like any of the move sets or anything on them. All the move sets stayed the same. I just leveled them up to level 100 and did all the the purifying shadow Pokemon off screen. But if you're talking about the background, the background setting, yeah, okay, yeah, the background setting has changed. I basically all I did was I flipped my desk around, and so now it's facing this wall. So now it's not facing like the back wall where there was like a lot of clutter in the background, and also there was like the glare from the light in the room. So I turned my desk around. And I've been slowly upgrading pieces of equipment as I've been trying to make this a little bit more of a professional setup. So right now I got the mic, right? And it's like the mic itself is good. However, if you've noticed, it doesn't sound phenomenal. It probably sounds just about what it was before when I was using the headset mic, this one. If I can find it on my, this mic. It sounds pretty similar. And that's because there's some extra equipment I need in order to make it sound better. I didn't realize I was gonna need more equipment. I thought I just needed the microphone and something to plug it in, and then I could like tweak settings, but no, I'm gonna need to get like extra audio equipment that can boost the gain on the microphone to make it sound even better. Because the problem is if I laugh or cough or something, sometimes that can peak the microphone and it doesn't pick up. So I'd like it if it at least could pick up my laugh, Coughing I'd be fine if that's not in it, but yeah. But it's going to take a while before I can get all the pieces parts needed. But it slowly and surely it'll come together, I'm sure it'll change a lot over the course of like the next couple of weeks. And then once I have like the setup good enough, I will start recording the videos I plan on making for Pokemon Colosseum. I'm planning on making 3 videos. Talked about it earlier. But I'm planning on making 3 videos about it. One that's going to be like a recap of the run. Stuff that happened during it. One that's going to be like, you know, the tier list idea. And another one that is going to be a lot of technical information. But I still thought it'd be cool to do. So, that's the plan. And I have no idea when those videos are going to come out, but it's going to be a while, I'm sure. That barely didn't kill Whiscash. But yeah, so far this stuff is going pretty well. None of the Pokemon have been too crazy difficult to take out. It's gonna be great. Need more Colosseum content. I mean, yeah. And it's kind of like the perfect time to be posting about Colosseum, because with the Switch 2 coming up, you know, all the GameCube, like a lot of GameCube games are gonna get ported over, including Colosseum. So it's kind of a perfect time for people who want to get into Colosseum. They can see if they're brave enough to try a Nuzlocke challenge of their own. Although I would definitely recommend not doing a hardcore Deathless Nuzlocke. For sure. Would not recommend that. Like, there's not that much Colosseum Nuzlocke stuff on YouTube. Oh, absolutely. I was looking at, like, I was trying to look up, like, a lot of resources before and even during the run. It was hard to find anything. Even like the speedrunners, which they are incredible people. They know way more about the game than I would ever know. There was a lot of information that I was surprised I couldn't find anywhere. Because usually whenever I look up like a Pokemon game to Nuzlocke and I try to look at like the speedrun guides and all the information and resources that they have available, typically they have like everything listed, but it was hard to find some things, you know, and that's kind of why I wanted to make the 3rd video that talks about it on a more technical level. But that video will come out when it comes out. I give up with this autocorrect. Yeah, it's okay. I know what it meant. I know what it meant. I've got decent reading comprehension. Confused, right? This has been like the #1 thing that has been slowing down the pace of the game, is me getting confused right like every other fight. Tragic. Immediately get confused right the next turn. By the way, I went to a Pokemon Center store for the first time yesterday. That's gotta be awesome. I'm sure over in Japan they do a whole song and dance with the aesthetic that they build up. Not gonna recover this financially or emotionally. Probably ever. I mean, trust me, over in Japan, they love tourists. Especially tourists that are willing to fork over money. But as long as you have a great time and it's memorable, by all means. I wasn't paying attention. Did Mantine use Bubble? Did I see that right? The sets in this game are incredible. Yeah, I've been saving for this for a while, yeah. I mean, there's gotta be like an infinite amount of things to do in Japan. You know, I'll swap. Swap back to Flygon. Level 100 Mantine and no Bubble Beam, yeah. That's why I leveled everybody up to 100, just because I thought that I would be like, that would make it hard as possible, right? You know, it would, you know, force the AI to use stronger Pokemon and everything, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. It seems like they just have like kind of predetermined like Pokemon that the AI can pull from, and then they're just scaled up to level 100. Which is a little bit lame. But it is what it is. The game is being silly again, yeah. If only the boss trainers in this game also used poor move choices like, you know, Bubble. That would be great. But no. They just love using Earthquake and Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, all sorts of crazy stuff. This Tropius. Bulkiest guy in the world. I'm gonna check something. Another perfect win. And this is what, number 38? Yeah, okay. How's the Soul Link stuff going, by the way? Oh my goodness. It went about as bad as it could have the last time. We started Gen 2. And, 2 runs have already been lost. It was tragic. But it's still fun. Eventually we'll get a run going that doesn't die within the first, you know, gym. Yeah, it really did happen like that. I think what happened the first time... What happened the first time? I think Dan had one of his Pokemon over level. That was like really good before the first gym. I think we failed like 5 encounters too. It was awful. And I think what happened is he only had 2 Pokemon for the gym fight, and they weren't good. It was like Ledian and something else. I can't remember. And so we lost. And then the second time, I didn't even get to the gym leader. The very first trainer in the gym had he normally has a level 9 Spearow. But in my game, it was a level 9 Mewtwo, so that was fun. And all of my Pokemon were weak to Psychic or just couldn't handle it. So I lost. The level 9 gym destruction, oh god, yeah. What a crazy first level cap. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is the lowest level cap of any Pokemon game for the first gym. It's wild. But eventually we're gonna get a run. Eventually we're gonna get a run going. Oh shoot, oh no, yeah. It was even worse because in that second run, Rachel and Dan were getting some of the best encounter luck I've ever seen, and then I'm just getting absolutely horrible Pokemon. Like, their starters were, they got Suicune and Tyranitar, and then I got Bulbasaur. That was the best option of the 3 Pokemon. And I mean, nothing against Venusaur, but obviously Bulbasaur is not Venusaur, so it's not great. So yeah, it went pretty bad, but we'll be back and we'll keep going with it. Suicune and Tyranitar, yeah. It was a heck of a lineup. Better luck next time then, yeah. We just gotta, like, you know, I feel like a lot of what was going wrong last time was, you know, we were failing encounters left and right. It really sucks because, you know, when you get a legendary encounter, you know, usually you'd be happy about that, but the problem is that catching them in the early game when you just don't have a lot available to you and the best Pokeball you have is just the standard Pokeball. You don't even have Great Balls or anything. Yeah, it's not great. I'm surprised neither Lombre or Nuzleaf had Fake Out, by the way. That's kind of crazy. Also, my neck is starting to cramp, which sucks. My Bravo's gonna have Levitate. It's still okay. Shouldn't be a problem. Rock Smash. Oh, I feel you. Neck pain is making my head hurt at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, I think the worst neck pain I've ever had, I pinched a nerve in my neck. That was horrible. What did he just use? Is he using Bounce? What? I looked away. What did he use? Does Vibrava learn Fly? Or is it just Bounce? I'll get back to my pinched nerve story. It actually used Fly. That's crazy. And it missed. Don't play for too long so it won't start hurting too much. Yeah, I mean, I plan, like, I'm going to try to get a little past the halfway point. Because that shouldn't take too much longer, and then I'll probably stop. And that'll be good. But yeah, like, the worst pain I ever had was, like, I had a pinched nerve in my neck. I was just, like, laying down, and I, like, readjusted my neck, and I heard this very faint kind of noise, you know? Just a very little click. And I didn't start feeling the pain immediately, but then I tried to move my neck again, and yeah. That was a lot of pain. And I think it was like for like probably 4 days. It was a lot. I had to use my hand to like manually kind of move my muscle in my neck to like turn so that it didn't hurt as much. It was such pain. Makes sense that it can fly. Yeah, I mean, absolutely it does. I wasn't expecting that, because, like, we've seen Mantine using bubble, right? And then all of a sudden there's a Vibrava that knows how to fly? Just a shell shock. The delights of growing old, yeah. I know. And it's crazy, because, like, you know, you just don't think that it's gonna happen this fast. You know, you always hear about, like, older people being in pain with, like, everything, right? And you think to yourself, oh, okay, that's gonna happen to me when I'm, like, you know, 50 plus. No. No. It doesn't take long. Eventually people will just feel nothing but pain. It's tragic. Yeah. You were just out. You have to wait. Stop. No. Go lay down. Stop. 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 No. No. Go lay down. Go lay down. Stop! 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 She's actually pawing my arm and pulling me back. God dang. Couldn't reach my goddamn controller. Go lay down and just wait. She is crazy. She was literally out, like, I don't even think it was 20 some minutes ago. I think she's just bored. God dang. But she has some sharp claws. Probably has to be trimmed soon. It's getting scratched. Alright, anyway. Made it through this fight. Now we're going to be on Area 5, which is going to be the official halfway point once we get through it. Your power? It's dreamy? The heck? Alright. $400 Poke Coupons. Yeah, the Poke Coupons that you get for doing, like, the battle mode is not nearly as much as I thought it would be. I thought it would be harder. You know, like, the challenge would be harder, so the rewards would be greater. Maybe that'll change when we get to the end. I mean, it's been doubling every time. Okay, this is a whole bunch of flying Pokemon, so Flygon's not going to be, relevant. Looks like you're in the pits of hell here. Yeah. I don't know whose bright idea it was to build Mount Battle inside of a volcano, especially what looks to be an active volcano, by the way. But I mean, it has to be like a casual 180 to 200 degrees in here. We are so close to the lava. I imagine everyone would be scorching here, yeah. Alright, we're going back to the dream team, though, of Espeon for Alligator. Throwback to when these two incredible lads went out there and helped me beat Nascore and Evice as the lead Pokemon. I'm surprised that lived. That's actually kind of crazy. I love Gligar so much. That's like my second favorite Pokemon line, next to, of course, for Alligator. Gliscor is a rad lad, yeah. It's just a shame that he's not in this game. Not until Gen 4. And I talked about it earlier, but I'm just like, I really wish that they would have continued this kind of spin-off game for like the future generations of Pokemon. Because I think it could have been really good. At least we had Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Gen 4 Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Absolute peak. Warm-up's over. I remember battling a bit with Gliscor in Battle Revolution. Oh, heck yeah. Pokemon Battle Revolution was awesome, too. I had all my favorites in that game. Kind of worried about that Gyarados, but I think I'll still go with the bread and butter Flygon Skarmory lead. Latrin? What are these names? He's one letter off from latrine, which is like the bathroom. Gen 4 was a good time. Yeah, I talked about that earlier too, but yeah, like that was like the perfect time when like so many of my friends were playing it. I was playing it. There was a lot of battling and trading that I got to do with them. Just a really good time where all the interests kind of aligned. It was almost like the one summer where like Pokemon Go was like really at its peak. And there was like kind of world peace for a little while. Like everyone was just out having a great time. That was a good time too. Of course, if you were unlucky with Pokemon Go, you could just live in the middle of nowhere and there's like no Pokestops or anything, and then that's just sad. There was that. That was a bit surreal, yeah. But then you also had some people who just took it way too seriously. Like, I remember there's like a park nearby that, you know, we would always like go up to and get all like the Pokestops and stuff like that over there. And like it was just sad seeing some people camping in their car where the Pokestops were. So that, like, the moment someone took over a gym, they could reclaim it. It was just so... There's always those, like, couple of people who just ruin it. but it was a fun time for a while. It's a really simple game, and I got bored after a while. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of like how most mobile games kind of go. Like, mobile games in general, they kind of just don't really keep your attention that long. And I mean, it's not like Pokemon Go had any in-depth kind of mechanics. Pokemon Go lures were being used to lure people into muggings. Oh my god, okay. Yes. There was no crime like that around where I live, but I do know that there were like a lot of craziness going on there. Oh wow, this is actually the first legitimately good team. Like that's a like truly legit team. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, but that is true. There were like definitely people who were absolutely using it for nefarious purposes. I remember going to talk to some random people, and some people were actually playing all day and throwing so much money into it. That's the thing I never understood. Like I know that there was like a whole microtransaction thing, but I just don't understand why people really did it. Like, is it that much to, like, you know, to go out and hatch your eggs by just walking around for, like, you know, a mile or something? I don't know. Kind of seemed like it was defeating the purpose of the game. Who am I to judge? Heck yeah, Jumpluff. Kind of funny, we're talking about this in like sequential order, but Jumpluff is my third favorite Pokemon line of all time. Such a fun Pokemon. And actually a very underrated Pokemon for nuzlocking. I know I didn't use it too much in this playthrough, but it actually would have been pretty solid, because with Sleep Powder and having a 110 speed stat, it can get some good usage out of it. It's very good. People rarely seem to understand the downsides of technology. I don't necessarily think it's so much that they don't understand it, it's just that they turn a blind eye to it because of the good things that technology provides, right? Because it does provide a lot of good. But I definitely think, you know, the big things are definitely like the scamming. A ton. It's never been easier to scam someone with how technology is advanced. It's crazy stuff. I don't know, they were very proud of their crazy account with all the raid legendaries and whatnot. Yeah, they were. That they were. But I don't know. It's like, at Pokemon Go, at least when I was playing, it didn't have like a leaderboard or anything. So I just don't know why people have to go so hard. And spend so much money on it. I mean, to be fair, I don't really understand why a lot of people spend, you know, so much money on games. It's fine to drop a couple of, you know, whatever amount you're okay with spending on it every now and then. But I don't know, man, like, people just spend a ton of money on the same game, and it just baffles me. It's like they want to be good at it so bad that they try to will it into existence just by dropping a bunch of money into it. It's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing, but you could play it competitively, which is silly. Yeah, I think... Did they always have that, or was that something they added? I thought that was like maybe something they added eventually, was the battling. Like, outside of course, battling the gyms. That was always in the game. But wasn't, like, battling against your friends something they added later? It's the same reason people will fly to Paris, just to die falling off the Eiffel Tower trying to take a selfie. Oh, dear lord. They've had official Pokemon Go tournaments where you battle other players. Yeah, they added it later. Okay. Yeah. Because I think I really only played Pokemon Go, like, maybe for about 2 or 3 months. And I never really got that into it. But I met a lot of cool people through Pokemon Go. Like I said, like, it was... Around where I live, it was kind of like a chill thing. It wasn't being used for all the crime and such. Just got to meet some cool people. They'd always start like a conversation by being like, "Hey, are you Team Mystic, Valor, or Instinct?" Every single time. It's so funny. What? Okay, hold on. Wait, I got a question. What was everyone's team? What team did you pick? Because I was Team Mystic. I played for probably 2 years. Oh wow, that's a long time. I've got Pokemon Go crime. I can imagine. Yeah. I'm hoping none of you witnessed anything like that, but yeah, it was definitely. There were definitely problems with it for sure. Not every day. Well, yeah. I mean, in order to play Pokemon Go, you had to go outside, and I'm sure not everyone was going outside. You know, at least not every day. Team Mystic all the way? Heck yeah. I didn't really have any rhyme or reason for picking it. I just liked it. I like the name. I like the color blue. I went with it. Team Instinct was the shit. Team Instinct. I think that was for a long time. I don't know if it still is. I think for the longest time, Team Instinct was actually the least populated one. You guys are just wrong. We just don't understand the vision. It was kind of like, do you guys remember when Fall Guys was like a really popular, like a popular game for a while? And how there was like, you know, the stigma with the yellow team always losing? It was basically like that. Fall Guys was another thing that, you know, was around for like a couple of months. Or, well, I mean, Pokemon Go's still around and Fall Guys is still around, but like it was like peak popularity for like the first couple of months it was out, and then it just kind of started to fade. People still play it. I know Pokemon Go has still quite a massive player base, but I don't think it's nearly as high as it was at its peak. We were the underdogs, but it was okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys were like the ones playing with house money, you know? You have nothing to lose. It's a dopamine thing. People are no longer able to engage with something for very long, even when it's highly habit-forming like Pokemon Go. Kind of true. Like, you know, I've always said I could never be like a speedrunner or something because I just can't play the same game over and over for like my whole life. I just couldn't do it, you know? Like, not because I don't like the games. Like, I go back to games all the time, right? But I just can't play it every single day of my life. I have to take breaks. My dopamine is all over the place and can feel my brain frying right now. Oh, dang. I mean, I guess that means it's like a bittersweet thing, right? That you're enjoying yourself in Japan, but just that your brain isn't exactly cooperating with how overloaded it is with the excitement. I'll try to take a small nap. It was fun to catch you streaming. Yeah, it was nice having you, Art. Thanks for being here. It's just how I usually respond to stress. Understandable. But have a lovely night. See ya. Yeah, see you, Art. We are slowly approaching battle 50. And then how long have I been going? 2.5, thereabout. Hours. So yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll definitely get past this area, and then I'll probably do about at least another 5 battles. We'll see where we're at after number 55, and then I'll decide if I want to keep going all the way to the end of the area, or if I just want to stop right there and leave it for next time. But the teams have been getting better. I have noticed that. I'm actually having to think about who I want to have as my lead Pokemon. They still haven't like thrown any crazy good move at me yet, though. Outside of that Vibrava knowing Fly, really no, like, surprising Pokemon have shown up. So Viper's down. And Drill Peck probably does about half to Xatu, I would imagine. Calm Mind. Yeah, not quite half. Unfortunately, Medicham lives that. That's gonna hurt. Medicham's also gonna go for Calm Mind. Awesome. Oh, nice. We got like a high roll there. Zangoose. Earthquake Drill Peck probably takes it out, and that should be game. It's exciting to actually see some like legitimately cool Pokemon and like good Pokemon being used. Let's compare muscles. I wouldn't lose then. Brother, I think just at a glance, you could compare our muscles. Wes has like noodle arms going on right here. It's like the episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob's struggling to lift a dumbbell that has 2 teddy bears as the weights. Worker Huber. I don't think this team is it, my guy. Sharpedo and Roselia. Go Earthquake. I think Earthquake might just kill Sharpedo. It might kill Roselia. I'm not 100% sure. I think Sharpedo dies, though. see if Roselia dies to Earthquake or not. Yep. Flaffy. And Breloom. Nice, I drill pricked the Breloom, awesome. Very good. The next time we battle, I'm gonna win. There ain't gonna be a next time, my guy. Unless you're gonna show up at the, like, you know, within the next 53 battles, I can assure you there's not gonna be a next time. $48, feel privileged. I'm going to show you some fabulous Pokemon. Chaser Bond. Again, okay, so we had Latrin, who was one letter off from Latrine, and then we have this guy whose name is Bono. Isn't baño the Spanish word for bathroom? That's crazy. Wobbuffet and Misdreavus, hype. Let's see what Wobbuffet wants to do here. Probably going to use Mirror Coat if I had to guess. Safeguard, okay. Psychic should kill Quagsire. Let's see what swaps in next. Ice Beam might take that out. I'm not sure. Nice. Very good. Yeah, it's gonna go for Mirror Coat. Alright. I'm gonna stall out the Safeguard. I know we're not playing by Nuzlocke rules or anything like that, but I want to do it without losing a Pokemon if I can. So once Safeguard runs out, I'm gonna see if it goes for that again. Okay, it's just picking moves at random, I think. I'll still wait for Safeguard to run out. Alright, now let's go for the attack. If we die, it is what it is. Nah, I went Mirror Coat. Unfortunately, that means we did not get a perfect. No, they got for Alligator. It's a good thing the Nuzlocke ended already. Or else that would have been a devastating way to lose. Alright, number 49. A number 9. A number 9 lodge. I don't know the whole Big Smoke order. Dodrio and Piloswine. Nice. I think Psychic should kill Piloswine. I don't think Surf is gonna kill, Psychic's gonna kill Dodrio. I don't think Surf is gonna kill Piloswine, though. That stupid damage reduction is gonna cost me. A Mud Shot, alright, it's gonna lower my speed. It's not a big deal. And Kadabra. Even a super effective move does that little damage to Espeon. That's crazy. Poor Ledian. Its offense is absolutely atrocious. Alrighty. And now we're on to Battle 50. Officially going to be the halfway point of the challenge. I'll say it's getting a little bit harder, but like, you know, I just think we have such a good team. And I think I've accumulated like 48 continues at this point. So I'm pretty confident we'll win without any issue. Can I check out how tough your Pokemon are? Konike? Assuming that's how you pronounce it, Konike? He has another Wobbuffet. And he has Why Not too? What in the world am I looking at? Let's switch it up. Let's bring this team. Why Not and Shuckle? I don't really know what Chuckle's gonna do here. It has insane defense and special defense. But it really doesn't have much else, so its move pool's pretty shallow as well. Withdraw, okay. Alright, so Shuckle is suffering from addiction. Will-O-Wisp. That's annoying. Dang it. Wait. Does my Heracross have Guts or Swarm? I don't remember. Yeah, it's Swarm anyway. Okay. Alright, pretty good damage. See Megahorn. Actually, Megahorn's not gonna kill. I think it did 62 last time, and now it has another withdrawal up. Yeah. Attract. Oh my god. On Flygon, of course. They both tried to use Attract on Flygon, so now we got like a love triangle going on here. Of course. Alright, Chuckle's down. In comes Milotic. Oh my goodness. Will-O-Wisp, Attract, Confuse Ray. Does it have an attacking move? This is a wild moveset that we're seeing. Waterfall, that's gonna hurt. It went oh, okay, it failed, good. Very good. Wow, that does no damage. Alright, well, we're gonna take out Dusclops here, which is good. It really got a crit. Horrible. I don't even think that crit was guaranteed to kill. That's okay. Megahorn should kill. There we go. And goodbye, Milotic. That is Battle 50 over and done with. Your Pokemon are the real things. I don't think that's the correct expression. It's the real deal. Alright. You beat 50. Let's see what, see how many Poke Coupons I get for this. Assuming it doubles every time, this should be 800, right? Yep. Okay. Maybe it just doubles every time. That would be a lot of Poke Coupons if you got through all 100 of them. What in the world? A Latios? Or Latias? I didn't even see that. They're starting to use legendaries now? Oh, so now we're just straight up cheating. Alright, well, I definitely need to make sure I have a plan for Latias. I mean, it ends with like a brutal all legendary slog. That's crazy. I've never done this before, so I had no idea that they even use legendaries. so weird. Because on the same team that they're using Hurlia, they're bringing out freaking Latias? Like, you expect me to believe this guy caught a Latias? Something tells me he might have used Game Shark. I mean, I caught a Latias, and that's just me. Yeah, but you probably had a team better built than Illumise, Delcatty, horrible Pokemon, Curlia. It would be so funny if he doesn't even use it. He just has this Latias on him as a flex and doesn't use it. My point being, if Joe Schmo 12-year-old me could catch one. Well, listen, you probably had a Master Ball. When these Pokemon came out, I saw they were in Pokeballs. That's a... You tell me he caught it in a Pokeball, huh? Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Sure. Some cheating going on. Alright. Nice Charm. That's really gonna stop me. What a moveset, too. Charm Attract on a Latias. You were the stronger of the two of us. Alright, 52. Are you gonna have a legendary as well? Okay, it's just an all-fire team? Okay. I got some bad news for you, my guy. I got really bad news. I got 2 Pokemon here that can absolutely destroy your entire team. Very good. Torkoal and Typhlosion. All right. That was a freebie. A full fire team. I mean, it's on brand with us being in Mount Battle and just, you know, literal a couple, you know, meters away from lava just pouring down actively. right, 53. I'm warning you, I'm tough. All of his Pokemon have Intimidate. All of his Pokemon have Intimidate. That is hilarious. Now we're just getting to like the meme teams. This is funny. Let's go with, I guess I gotta go with my special attackers here. Hilarious. This is great. This is like phenomenal game design right here. -3 attack right now, all because of Intimidate. Should live that pretty well. Oh, it didn't even go for Espeon. I went for Alligator. And, okay, so now they have items. I don't think I've seen an item get used the whole time. I don't know if they've had items before, because I know that, there's like a Linoon that used Covet earlier. And obviously it wasn't a holding an item because it took my Sharp Beak. So I'm assuming they're starting to use items now. Shadow Ball. That's going to do a lot more if it's Espeon. Yep. But Espeon still can take it. And that should be game. Officially, we've been going for just over 3 hours. So yeah, I think it'll probably be a good place to stop when we get to the halfway point. I think that'll be a good place to stop. I meant like halfway point of Area 5 specifically. We're over halfway there, but yeah. We'll just leave it with 45 battles left to go through. Okay, now the teams are actively regressing. What is this? What am I looking at? Alright, I'm gonna just bring you guys. Colosseum and Crocodile. I was thinking of leading with Heracross, but I wanted for Alligator and Espeon again. Pikachu. I wonder if it's going to be holding Light Ball. That would be interesting. Comes Muck. And that should be game. Nice. Maybe I'll complete area 5. It might be better to go to just complete area 5. I think my emulator was lagging there for a second. But it's okay now. I train with my Pokemon, see how strong they are. Yeah, I don't... Why is the emulator lagging? Okay. That's concerning. Let's go with, Flygon and Skarmory again. Bodybuilder Amber. Alright, I think this should kill both. Like, Drill Peck should take out Crawdon after Earthquake. Yeah. And then Loudred comes in. Loudred's easy. That's gonna die. I don't really think Cradilly is gonna be too crazy, but it probably will live Earthquake and Drill Peck. Cradilly's got some pretty good bulk to it. And there's the confusion. Hey, we actually hit their confusion. Let's go. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll just complete Area 5. I think that's fine. It's only going to be like another 10-15 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long. I just want to leave like enough left to do where it can be like a full stream. But not too much where it's going to take a really long time. And it does seem like the battles are going a little bit slower now because they're starting to get better teams. So I think 40 battles at about like the pace it's been at should be okay. Why is the emulator lagging like whenever I'm in the intro cutscene? This is so weird. Mount Battle slows down drastically as you get up there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing it. Water type only team. I mean, I think just run it back with Flygon again. Flygon, like if there's no flying types on the team, I think Flygon is absolutely just the best bet. Azumarill and Tentacruel. Earthquake's gonna kill Tentacruel for sure. Azumarill is gonna take it really well, though. Oh, actually not as well as I thought, but still lived. Hopefully Drill Peck can take the kill here. Nice. Octillery, which is gonna know like some kind of ice move. It has to, but again, I think the combined effort of Flygon and Skarmory is gonna take it out. Alright. 4 more, and then we're done with Area 5. Or actually, this is actually Area 6, now that I think about it. Street Performer Mino, and they have a Dark-type team. A lot of mono-type teams in this part. Well, definitely not going to bring Espeon, that's for sure. I think Heracross makes sense. I think for Alligator, Flygon, and I guess to round it up, we'll do Skarmory. Well, both of these Pokemon could have Aerial Ace. But I don't think I really care that much. Ice Beam just barely didn't kill. I'm sure that was a very good range to possibly kill. Houndoom. Well, Shifter just wasted a turn with Growth. That's very irrelevant here. Alright, Brick Break's gonna kill Houndoom. And then Surf will finish off Shiftry and chip whatever comes in next. Sneasel. Oh, I honestly thought Heracross was going to outspeed for Alligator. That's why I just used Bite. Oops. It's alright. Heracross takes the kill, we're good. There we go. Alright, is it going to be another mono-type team, or are we going to be dealing with, like, some kind of, like, every Pokemon has the same ability team, like it was with the Intimidate? Well, they definitely don't have the same ability or the same typing. This is just kind of a hodgepodge. I'll bring Flygon, Skarmory, Heracross, and I guess for Alligator, sure. They have Shedinja, but I'm pretty sure every Pokemon has something to hit Shedinja with except Heracross and Espeon. I think those are the only two Pokemon I have who don't have a super effective move against Bug Ghost. Go Earthquake and Drill Peck. Spinda's down. Pretty sure Grumpig is gonna go down as well. Don't confuse Ray, Flygon. God dang it. And there's Shedinja. Nice. Alright, we broke through the confusion. My car goes down, and then Drill Peck definitely kills Shedinja. It would be funny if it has like a focus band as the item though, and it actually triggers. No. It is down. My Pokemon, why you? Number 59. It's against a worker. Electric type only? Nope. Another just all over the place. That's so weird that like number 51 or 52, whichever one it was, had a legendary, and then I haven't seen a single legendary after the fact. Just seems so random. Sneasel and Kecleon, okay. Magic Coat. Okay. Oh, come on. Really? Fake out? Tragic. That doesn't even do half. That sucks. Alright, well that's gonna kill Kecleon. And Surf is still gonna do good damage to the Sneasel. Even though it doesn't kill. Whisk Ash, that'll take some damage from Surf. Beat up. My guy, this is not gonna do a lot of damage. Yep. 23 damage. It's a really cool concept for a move, but it is just not powerful enough to really make do. Like, at maximum, I think it's only 60 base power. Now, if it was like, say, 25 base power per Pokemon in the party, that would be super good. Because, like, if you lead with Sneasel, that would be an 150 base power move that hits 6 times, so it can bypass, you know, like, Focus Sash and such. Far too tough. I also just realized his name is Ronix. Could have just named him Ron. But, you know, that would be a normal name for a person. This game has to name everybody something abstract. You mean to defeat me? Dream on. Alright, final trainer that I'm going to be battling today. And it doesn't really look like it's going to be a problem. Bring Espeon for sure. And then for Alligator, Heracross, and Skarmory, I think is probably the best. Eyeless Wine and Gloom. Pretty good. Nice crit. Don't think it mattered, but always love that. The Whale Lord, here he comes, or she comes. Alright. Bloom's down, Weezing's in. Yeah, not far from beating these guys up. What's Whale Lord gonna do? Amnesia? Well, that's kind of annoying. I think Psychic should still kill alongside Surf. And Surf is stronger here because with same type attack bonus, it should do more than Bite. Not by much, but by a little bit. But yeah, that does in fact kill, so that's great. Alright, there we go. 60 battles in, so there's just 40 more to go. And then I can say officially, I've done everything in Pokemon Colosseum. Everything I wanted to do, at least. I have gotten Ho-Oh for the first time. Not in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Golden and Gold and Silver. Alright. I want to get my Poke coupons first. I want to see if it still doubles. This is going to be 1600, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So I guess it just doubles every time. So eventually it is going to be a ton. Yeah. Alrighty, well, let's suspend it. Yep, take a break. Yes. Very good. Alright, sounds great. Well, this was an absolute joy. Started off slow because of, you know, everyone having like really bad teams and such, but it's gotten a little bit more engaging as it's gone. I'm sure next, you know, the last 40, you're probably going to see a lot more like strong teams, especially a lot more legendaries on some of the squads, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, next time we'll finish this up. Put Colosseum to bed, and then we'll get ready to start on Pokemon XD in a regular hardcore nuzlocke, which should be awesome because I haven't played through XD in a long time, so I'll be excited for that a ton. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch. Thank you, Doctor, for being here. Thank you, Art, for being here earlier. And I will see you guys in the next one.